Hi, welcome to this little tutorial around algebra. This is the first part, basically talking about introduction of algebra. Algebra is one of the major foundational topics in mathematics, and it's very important it's very important for anybody studying maths to have a very strong foundational knowledge in algebra because it basically the principles of algebra appears down the line. So, for instance, you have to apply algebra in certain topics like calculus, in polynomial, in almost every topic of maths. And algebra itself is also applicable to our daily life because, like in an environment, you have a lot of patterns, and basically that's why algebra is also very much applicable in data science. So algebra is applicable because it could be used to model like everyday life. And so in this lecture, I just basically will give you an idea of how algebra can be used to model certain scenarios, and then in subsequent lectures, then we could basically go ahead to apply the rules of algebra. So I'm gonna make like an assumption that you have like a grocery store. So if you have a grocery store, and so let's say this is a grocery store A. This is grocery store A, and grocery store A basically supplies oranges. So the abbreviation of oranges is O, right? And they also supply, they also sell apples. And then they also sell bananas. Now, this store is dependent on maybe a certain supplier to get these oranges, apples, and bananas. And from the supplier, for instance, they get the supply, the cost of oranges from the supplier is like, so maybe you have $3 for instance. Per pack of oranges, it goes for $3 for apples, it goes for say like $2 per pack. Let's just put it at $2. And then for bananas, you have say like $4. Now, for for a certain store like this, to model the supply, maybe a monthly supply for instance, they could basically have a very simple model using algebra to model the amount of grocery that they actually buy from the supplier, and the cost of buying the grocery. So the cost of buying the grocery, for instance, could be, for instance, modeled as, in this case, so since they spent $3 for oranges, so this will maybe go down as 3O. Now this O is letters. This is kind of alphabet, so let's just put it at star. And you have 2A, and then you have 4b. And then they could have like a certain like fixed cost. So if you have a certain fixed cost, in this case, this could be maybe like they have to pay $20 to majorly move the grocery from the supplier to the store itself, and maybe in between they also have to pay certain fees, and then it just all the fixed cost basically rises up to $24. Now this is a example of algebra, the application of algebra to model a certain scenario, and this could actually be like used by this grocery store to calculate like the cost that they have to incur in the purchase of these groceries on a monthly basis. And then like it's fixed in terms of like a formula. It's a kind of formula, but then it's also flexible in the sense that in a month where they choose to maybe like order like 3 packs of oranges, for instance, and maybe 5 packs of apples, and then maybe 7 packs of bananas. This could easily just be changed and say 3 times 3 because it's a 3 pack, and then 2 times 5 because it's 5 packs of apples, and then 4 times 7 because it's 7 packs, and plus 24. So based on this, they could easily calculate how much they're going to spend in a month where they decide to order in this particular configuration, if I might use that word. So basically here they could easily jump to the conclusion that they are spending $71 for that month. And this is all coming from the idea that they already have this model based on this. And this is something that is also used a lot in many programs that inventory programs, that the inventory program is already like understanding what is the cost of certain items, and then you basically just put it in proportion in terms of how much was ordered or how much was sold, but and then it's basically calculating the cost. Now in the next lecture we will start from like the scratch and really learn the basics of algebra, and then build our knowledge. Thank you.